Ken, a lot of people were floating out your name for Attorney General. I know that you are a big fan of Pam Bondi. What is your advice for the incoming Attorney General, and what should her top priorities be?
Yeah, I worked with Pam when she was Attorney General of Florida. I came in after her, and she was part of a leadership team that sued the Obama administration. So I would just encourage her to be very aggressive. We have a huge job at DOJ and FBI to root out the corruption. I think the Obama administration was the beginning of entrenching people at different levels of those organizations. And now, instead of justice, those agencies operate on injustice. They're political. They went after Donald Trump, and I sued Jack Smith over destroying files and tried to stop those destruction. I know that they investigated me for 4 years, and I would love to see the files, because I have feelings that they did things that they weren't supposed to do, and that some of those files are going to disappear. But it's not just me. A lot of conservatives were targeted, and that cannot be the way our government operates. We have to trust our criminal justice system, that those agencies are out to do justice, not to create injustice. And we are so far from that. And Pam has a huge job in front of her, and there'll be internal fights to try to stop her, to hurt her. And she's just going to have to be strong and overcome that, and bring in the right people to overcome that.
Yeah, and so let's dive deeper into that. What are some of the top targets you think Trump Department of Justice should go after? Criminal enterprises that have not been prosecuted or looked into in the last couple of years.
So, look, I know that the Public Integrity Unit has targeted people. We need to dig into that unit and find out who they are, what they're doing. I certainly know some of them. I've been dealing with them for 4 years. Ever since Biden came into office, I've been under investigation. And I think that now is obviously over, because they spent 4 years trying to either dig something up, which was unsuccessful, or they tried to create something for me. And I think that's the way they've operated. I also think we need to start focusing on prosecuting things that have not been prosecuted. They need to go back to doing their job of focusing on terrorism and focusing on actual crime, organized crime. They were created to stop organized crime, and they became organized crime funded by taxpayer dollars. We're a long way from where we started, and we need to get back to the Department of Justice and the FBI doing the things that they were created to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And finally, Ken, you have experienced a lot of inter-party shooting towards you in Texas, and you survived it. You mentioned this. What should Pam Bondi look for in the type of deputies, chief of staff, and the team to be able to withstand the ferocity of the regime in Washington, D.C.?
Look, the kind of people you have to have, that I've had to survive this, the internal fights and the external fights, you've got to have really tough people who don't care what is being said about them, and who are really smart and tenacious. Because if you're not tenacious, if you're not persistent, they will perceive you as weak. They will try to hurt you. They will try to damage you. They will leak information constantly. She will have to deal with it. She's actually doing your job. They will be leaking negative things about her constantly. And she's going to have to be willing to just ignore that and keep going. And she's going to have people working for her who are tough and who are willing to get in there and not worry about what's being said about them, and endure the pain of the first year to 2 years of extricating the people that need to go.